Yeah, I got in the truck. Yeah, right. Pick it up here and get out and get it back.
So it'd help if two people were on the back and one person would drive.
Sure. But either way, I could do it.
I got a retired husband all alone now.
Volunteer him.
He might. He might.
I took the
Enjoy
boy out, not this weekend, but
You think Steve would like to drive the leaf
for the
truck?
first time. We were out in State.
Take that thing, get up and out.
Oh, well, he wouldn't have to get out of it. He'd just drive.
And tomorrow's probably not going to be good.
Other than that,
Rain
what?
all day.
That's why Friday, I just, the moment I got here to the, I think I stayed.
You're all geared up, ready to go.
Today, the moment I got here.
Tomorrow probably won't get much done tomorrow.
Yeah, the snow, but it's.
I even took his iPhone.
Yeah, I took a day and a half out of your opportunity.
Back wasn't getting.
This-
I like
It
it.
does not like wet.
Yeah.
And
Tomorrow won't.
coming across private ground,
It
that's
plugs up.
Then you gotta go to the shop, you gotta take the. whole
Everybody
thing
thinks
off.
that.
They get
They
rid
know
of it now.
I don't know that I would even try tomorrow, actually. Because it starts supposed to start.
Is it
raining.
a standard transmission,
No, so-
automatic? I could even do it. I'm retired.
It's fun. That's just a lot of work goes into it. You can't
Feature on it.
back forty.
Only if you.
The Rondo ride along.
Only if you wanna get gas station too, so it's.
I have to have bathroom breaks.
All right, well, I know we're a couple minutes early, but let's go ahead and get started.
Where are we?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America. To the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for being here. Those of you online, thanks for tuning in. Had a few things that we were anticipating being able to start with, but due to some unforeseen health issues, we are not going to be able to do it. We will have a few extra things for next month. Des was out for several days this week, and so we were not able to get last month's minutes published, but we'll get caught up on those. They're written correctly, just don't have it in front of us to for tonight. We'll start with public. Don, have you got anything for us tonight?
Before I forget, the neighbor, Tim Miller. The house that burned,
Yes.
I saw him today and I said, do you know when they're gonna move your big thing? And he goes, my wife's in charge of it, but I told her that the contractor needs to get it off the street.
Yes.
He goes, I know snow's coming. So I said, I think it came up once before, but I assume that's your position that he needs to get it repositioned into his driveway.
Thanks for saying something. I was gonna mention it when Jake got back in town. Or Josh, I was gonna mention it because I was the one that actually salted the intersections the other day, and yeah, it's not in a great spot.
Sent it back to they said they did not know it was gonna get set there.
Oh,
It
okay.
got done by the contract. Otherwise it would have gotten down.
Yeah.
They're hopeful by the end of January, but they really have no interior work.
Oh, they have not done much interior.
Other than gun,
Oh, well,
at least since I'm looking through the open doors. And
right.
she's told me go in there and look around. I mean, feel bad with me.
Yeah.
So our T-Mobile grant's still in process. I don't know what it means. I went back and the first two quarters, we usually knew within about 3 weeks of the end of the quarter was denied. I went back and reread everything and it says you will be notified in November. So
Okay.
I don't know if later means better or worse news. I have no idea. So
Hey.
We three of us attended the meeting with Andy Zay. It was a good meeting, but it basically, we talked about how can the smaller communities get helped. And he's hopeful that they'll come back and make some corrections in the coming months to maybe relook at smaller communities. He said the problem is that, we are representing rural areas. We would like to get something done, but 20 of my fellow senators all are in metropolitan areas. They're either in Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, Evansville, and he goes, they don't care. Because they're not gonna have the problems that we're gonna be faced with.
Right.
I don't think there was a lot else, that we discussed Thursday night. We had a relatively long meeting. We talked about a lot of things, but, John Key's trying to reach out to Ivesa just to try and prod her along. I thought I would stop in and get the information on the new owners and just send them a welcome letter.
New owners of the restaurant.
Gas station.
Oh, yeah.
So I haven't got to that yet, so. Those, we're not gonna meet next month. We did not meet last December. It's kind of a slow time, and then come back with a.
Yep.
Jump start come January, hopefully. New ways to figure out getting money.
And Dawn is still gonna be our president. Thank you.
Yeah. It's by default. I don't,
Fair.
I enjoy it, but I also know that we've got two potential young members coming in, but they haven't seemed to work it into their schedules. They're both extremely busy with children or coaching. But I'm optimistic we'll get a few new younger people, and that's our goal, is to go out and find some younger people. Other than that, we just talked about things we want to continue to work on and get done and keep going at it. Anxious to see, once you get the post office in and the electrical in, I think that space will really kind of grow in terms of food trucks. And when you make that available, you see more newer names all the time. Every time you go somewhere.
Oh, yeah, there's a million trucks.
They're out in parking lots everywhere.
Yes, they are.
And so I would think that we should be able to do an invitation of at least one every Friday or Friday or Friday.
Yes.
We don't have anybody in charge of that, do we?
Not specifically.
I think I still have those names. I just took that one photo. I think I sent it to you too. Would just for the future, but there's a lot of them now.
Yes, there are.
There must be 30 in Grant County. I don't know how to get the complete list, but I know some people, the places they're going.
The
Health department probably.
I was gonna say the health department probably, or is it the health department, or who would give them the permit?
I think the health department does the inspections,
Cause that, they would at least have a full list.
issues the license or however that works.
Yeah.
And right now, you don't have any policy as to whether you're charging, not charging.
I want to speak, since he's the Swayzee Farmers Market at the Swayzee Square is going to do 5 farmers markets next summer. June, July, August, September. September's still iffy, definitely October. So 4, definitely. And we have a person in charge of contacting food trucks for our events. Will coincide with the rummage sales and Swayzee Days in August. And then we're going to do one on Halloween. And then do one in July for sure.
So Swayzee Days has moved forward. Do you have the dates in August?
Yep. August 21st and 22nd is Swayzee Days of 26. We moved it up a little bit to get away from some other fall festivals in the county. I can give you maybe I wrote it down on my calendar. June 5th and 6th, the Swayzee market will be open. I didn't write it down. August 21st and 22nd is going to be Swayzee Days. We have booked a band. We've booked a couple other things already. And we're ready to go in January for that. We are incorporated now. So
You sent emails out to all the weathermen?
all the weathermen. No, because I'm still mad about them from last year. Hadn't rained a month before and it didn't rain a month after. But it rained that day.
If you'd like, I will, this was a handout that night. That they had given, I can scan this to you guys. But it talked about Huntington County, Huntington City, Wabash County, Wabash City, Grant County, and Marion City. And it showed 2020 and 2023 budget growth, population growth. And then on the other side, it showed the school corporations. The one thing that surprised me, and it was from 2017 through 25, Oak Hill, according to this, was down 11% in total students. Wouldn't have guessed that. We were the worst of the schools he represents, which is Eastbrook, Madison Grant, Marion, Mississauga, and Oak Hill here in Grant County. Madison Grant shows that they were up 65%. And my understanding, and I forgot to ask at church yesterday, they have developed a tremendous online city, which is right on the border.
Mhm.
They, the General Assembly approved the dissolution of that school system. Strictly because they have a very, very small school system, but they have thousands and thousands of online. Which they get money for that from the state. But they graduate like 15 to 20, maybe 30% at the highest. Of all those students that they're developing, they're not graduating hardly any of them. So it's strictly a money grab, I think is what I got out of it. He also talked about he's introducing legislation. They would like to come up with standards, training standards and educational standards, I assume, for assessors. Since this Senate Bill 1 is so, how do you assess? Why do you assess? What, they're trying to develop some community standards so that everybody's uniform. Because I don't have any idea. Nobody has any idea of how they're helped assess 9 times out of 10. Somebody did it one time and 30 years ago, and then it just, okay, it's up 3%. I don't know. I don't know how assessments are done. I know that they look at building permits, if you put on a major addition or something like that. But other than that, they never assess the exterior of a house. That's the only way that it gets done. So I know there's a lot of concern by the representative of the House, the Senate and the House of Representatives.
Well, I think that there's gonna, once it actually gets into place, I think they're gonna get a lot of pressure from their voting constituents when the tax situation changes drastically over the next few years. Their local town is gonna get impacted significantly over the next couple of years. I think it's gonna trickle back. I think they should be concerned based on how it was done. I'm concerned for us, and I don't understand any of the why, and nobody is getting any explanations either. We haven't got the first lick of explanation as to why over the next 2 years, are we gonna be down 13% in revenue?
which
That's
is
huge.
a lot. Even more that we really encourage you as a board to move ahead on they're called,
Cumulative function.
cumulative development plan. Not because it's just a way of trying to get some of the shortfalls covered, and that won't cover it anyway. Not enough, but should have done that a long time ago, long before you guys were.
Harold, you had a comment?
Always. That this bill was a disaster. Because it only rewarded the metropolitan areas that growing. Communities, the school districts, and everybody else took a hit.
Yep.
My governor Ron got played like an amateur. I was really disappointed he didn't have guts enough to say, I'm gonna veto this and we're gonna do what we set out to do. So. The other thing, talking to some of my education leaders, for 15, 20 years, there's been a subtle push to force consolidations and get rid of small school districts. This, in the next 3 years, will really put some pressure on that. I know Oak Hill, 2 or 3 years ago, 25% of our student body came from other districts. That's down considerably now. So it's going to be a rough 3 years, folks.
Well, it'll be longer than that because the 3 years are gonna trickle out farther than that, just because of the financial challenges that it's gonna create for every small town.
That's going to be really noticeable.
Yes.
Fallout.
Yeah.
Next 3 years.
Agreed. Have you got anything, Harold, on your own? Okay. And we'll jump into our positions. Brittany, we'll jump over to you.
Yes, so I have a quote from SHI about email accounts. And I just gave them a number because I wasn't sure. We talked about, specific number of users. So I just ballpark said 10
Okay.
users. And it would be, we would pay on a monthly price, of $200 a month. And total would be $2,004 annually.
Plus 200 a month or?
No, that would be the total. So it'd be $200 a month. Sorry, $200 for the month for 10 users. Does that make sense?
$2,400 a year.
No.
Paid monthly
Okay, $200 per user
per user.
for the month.
So if you had just 10 emails, it's 2001.
No, for the year. That's what I'm saying.
It's $200 per user
User.
per year.
For the entire year.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
not
like,
rate
no.
extremely bad. My math is so bad. Yeah,
So $2,000 a year.
a year. Yes, for 10 users each month. And that can be anybody. What I would do is I talked to, his name is Josh, and we talked about it, and what he would do is I would sit down with Des and he would train both of us. On the admin side, we can add, we can delete users however we need to. We have total control over security. The email address would coincide with our website address, so swayze.in.gov. But it's not connected, so if something happens to the website for some reason, our emails won't be affected by that. But we have like, it's all secure, data privacy, like nothing is sold to third parties or anything.
What are we paying right now for email?
It's Gmail.
Yeah,
So
it's
for-
not, yeah. we
We're
don't-
paying nothing right
Yeah.
now. Are we doing okay with that?
Well, the thing is that it's not secure.
Yeah, I mean, it's only as secure as your
Password.
password.
Yeah.
Right.
So unless our people are changing their passwords on a continual basis, I would say that it's probably not very secure.
Now, there's not a huge
So what kind of-
usage of email. You know, the five of us don't
I don't know.
use, I mean, I probably have more emails that are connected to town business than anybody, but I don't know. I have a hard time justifying a couple $1,000 at this point.
Yeah, right, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not needed. I
Right.
mean, I would say who's the priority? You know, I would say Des, she, like, confidential information is
Yeah.
what is really important. Who
Right.
handles that?
Probably could get down to 5 if we had to, you know. Des, utilities, police, although Josh uses, he does,
Is
yes,
that out of his budget then? If he's paying for that? Okay.
Pays for it on pocket.
um,
How much is it costing? Do you know?
he's said, but it's not a lot.
No, I wanted like $17 ring the bell for me for some reason.
It's not that significant figure for Viv.
He pays for that himself.
What he told me.
It's not out of his budget.
If we got down to 5, that would be $1,000 a year.
Have there been issues so this far?
No, not that I know of. I mean, my email has been hacked before.
Yeah.
I've sent several people emails asking for money or
Yeah, you're in a
gift
meeting.
cards. I've been asked.
I'm in a meeting right now. Would you
Yeah.
send me?
I need some gift cards. Would you
No.
mind?
Sorry, Aaron.
It's like, okay, well, we'll change up passwords again. And
And this just isn't just for email, it's for Google Space, like Workspace. So documents can be uploaded, and secure, like those won't get hacked. I mean,
We're sitting here talking about a 13% decrease in the annual budget over the next 3 years. And if there haven't been issues this far, I'm with you.
yeah, I have a hard time justifying it.
Yeah.
I'd say, and that's something we could do later on if we decide down the road that we need to change. Doesn't have to happen today, right?
yeah, it doesn't. no.
Yeah. And when,
I have an email that's not even going through the town for you. I think I just send it to,
We use our personal email.
yeah, because I just use my personal email.
yeah. So I mean, I wasn't aware that other than utilities and clerk that we had any other emails.
No.
Currently, we don't.
Oh, okay. So everybody's using their own.
Yeah, the question is moving to having a group of .gov emails that are that would in essence mirror our new webpage, which will be a .gov website instead of whatever we're hosting now. So it would be an add-on with the protections of security.
Now, the website we would not be paying for.
Right. Yeah, this is just the email that we're talking about today.
Website right now, currently, we are paying.
Right. What is that? Do you
It's-
remember?
It's like maybe like $250 a year or something like that.
Not significant, but
That's
something. I mean, it's a little offsetting, but in my opinion, I would say let's bump the brakes and just hold tight on that.
This gives you an idea of what to expect.
Right.
Something like does.
Yeah.
I could ask them, hey, what would one email cost? I could ask them that even.
Yeah, I would. I mean, yeah, if you could break it down that way, because certainly the clerk, if we were gonna do that, I would say the clerk, utilities, and whoever is in the president's seat on the council ought to have. I mean, just because there is documentation that moves back and forth. But I don't know.
You need to distribute it to them, you just forward it.
Yeah, I could, or whoever's in the seat would be able to just disperse the information, but,
Yeah, I can ask for that.
yeah, maybe get a smaller number. They may have at 5 or, some minimum, but
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, do a little research on that.
Okay, he emailed me the quote, so he said he would update whatever you guys needed. And so then I'll just forward that to you.
Yeah.
Not so we don't have to wait for the next meeting, so, yeah, that's no problem. And then, the only other thing is, if you have any other, comments about the new website, is to send me those and I'll get them submitted. Did everybody get the login information?
Is it,
What's the due date on this? What's the due date on this?
The what, sorry?
What's the due date?
Oh, today,
She has to-
end of the month,
Okay.
sorry, today.
It's your copy.
Again, I have.
I kind of faced it with less and all that. so-
Yeah, I know you guys have a lot to go over. so.
So are you able to make the corrections, or do you have to submit corrections and somebody else make the corrections?
Right now, I am not able to make the corrections. They have an IT person who does that. Once we have control of the site, then we can.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I gave her a list. I went through and just gave her a list of really is minor things, but just corrections. that
I
you
did
need.
not know that. I gave you a list and it hadn't been corrected, so,
I'll-
but since you can't correct it, that
Yeah.
explains it.
I submitted, they have a form that I fill out and I submit it to them, which I did, so I'll double check.
Like Paul Hamilton's not even on the board anymore and it.
I mentioned,
Some of those changes, they moved content over, like, when did we start doing this? Like,
6 months ago.
so,
Yeah.
I can try to do a better job.
Is there a time frame where it's supposed to go live?
Yeah. First, it's up to us. When we get the content updated. So,
And then when it goes live, will people see what we're seeing right now, or will
Yeah.
you be able to make the corrections before they see it?
oh, no, like, we will make sure it is
Correct.
as accurate as much as we can.
Okay,
There's always gonna be something, it's not gonna be perfect, but it will be as much as we can. So. I won't have it go live until we are set on what's up there.
Okay.
So. And it usually
And-
takes about. They usually try to have a site go live between like Monday and Thursday, so you don't have a weekend. Like people are out, like if something were to happen. And sometimes it takes 24 to 48 hours for the data to switch. So because what I'm gonna do is forward our current website. I'm gonna have a forwarding to the new website. So people put in towns or Swayzee.org. It'll take them to the new site.
And what will the new website address be?
So it'll be swayze.in.gov.
Anything else? All right. Kyle.
The only thing I had is a sale of real property, since you did not receive any bids. I know, asked about potential options. You do have the option to hire a broker. Rather than use the bid process.
are we talking Main Street
Yes.
or any property?
Well, the one you just
advertise. for,
Okay.
Cause you gotta solicit bids first, so you've gone through that, so you received no bid, so you do have the option to hire a broker, list it like you would normally list property you owned. You do have to advertise that you're gonna do it through the broker, yeah, and at that point, you could sell it through the broker. and, Basically pick the price.
We went that way, do we have to pick? Like, do we have to, say multiple offers came in, do we have to pick the highest offer? Like bid,
Right.
same question. with
Right, for
bids.
bids you do, I mean, yeah, reasonable, responsible. There's really no limit on it. Relatively, it's a newer part of the statute, so I mean, there is no requirement that says that, but I would say, most state laws always say the best and responsible bidder.
It'd be like selling our house.
Where I was getting with that question is, if we've talked about in the past about kind of, I don't want to use controlling because it sounds controlling, but kind of foreseeing what goes onto that property and not have any unwanted or undesired occupants.
Well, what I would suggest is, if you do use a realtor, you accept the price, you would get the buyer to indicate what their purpose would be. And hopefully it's residential, but, and in exchange for this good price, you agree that you will build a home there within 12 months or begin construction of a home within 12 and complete it within 24. Two things that get you something on the tax rolls eventually, and you are indirectly controlling the purpose. But I think you ought to consider rezoning that piece anyway. That's if you want it to be residential.
Is it only resident, is it zone residential or is it both?
At the last meeting, you guys said it was eligible for business.
But yeah, I think it might be zone,
Residential with business.
both, either zone.
All I'm saying is you need to know that.
Yeah.
If you don't want it to be business development, you want it to be residential. You don't have those issues. Don't have, I mean, if I was a neighbor, I would be worried about rezone it, put a high price on it with the condition that it's being purchased, establish a single family home.
If it would go to a realtor, Kyle, we would be able to put a little more constraint on how it's listed and what the expectations or requirements are, correct?
Listed as an R2 residential. I have to look up to see what R2 is.
Okay, residential, great.
There's also an R1 residential.
Yeah, I mean, the statute's very vague, so I think you've got a lot of leeway there.
Yeah.
As far as how you wanna do it. I mean, like selling anyone, you could, you make the rules for the sale. You
Right.
would say, hey, I think you'd be pretty wide open. Obviously, you can do discriminatory practices, not that you
Yeah.
would, but I mean, you could pretty much I think you're pretty open.
I mean, they can put modulars in there. That's illegal to. Remember that came up in our subdivision 20 years ago.
I think that's the difference. R1 and R2. No. No, there's a special zoning for mobile homes.
I'm not talking about a mobile home, I'm talking about a modular.
Oh,
I understand what you're saying, mobile
Yeah.
homes, but
And I don't know.
when that house across from me got built, it was, well, actually, two of the homes across from me, they were prefab homes. I'll tell you who, but the guy called me, said they can't do that, and I go, I don't know, I remember asking, Haas at the time was my attorney, and he goes, you can't. The way people do that is when they do subdivisions and they don't want people, then they do it in other ways, like you have to build a home of a minimum of 1,800 square feet. Or you have to do this. What they're doing to those subdivisions, they're controlling the value of their subdivision, but they're trying to get a, you can't blatantly say, no, you can't put a modular, you can't. You just put riders on the stuff so that it.
Well, the Laban Good subdivision clearly states in ours that it cannot be a modular home.
That wouldn't be legal.
Whether it's illegal today or not,
That's what I'm just.
that's how it's written.
Good morning, or evening. I got, it's morning somewhere.
It is.
So, yeah, I mean, once you determine what you would like to see that become, zone it and list it.
Yep.
Because you're not gonna get that kind of price for it.
Yeah. Maybe not. I mean, we've got a fair chunk of change in it, in the fact that we had to tear the building down, but.
Real, a good real.
I don't know if you guys are aware, but there was a fire at 111 West Lincoln the other night. Pretty substantial.
Was it owner occupied or was it a rental?
Yeah, I'm done that, but
Hopefully they have insurance.
she did.
Does or does not.
Does.
Good.
Well, if it's like Miller's, in 3 years from now, they might be done.
Yeah, I hope it.
So do we want to list this property?
I don't know.
Hang on to it,
Yeah, I mean, that's
a realtor?
discussion that we need to find out, what would the cost be, what percentage would we have to pay,
Raw property like that usually is 10% selling price. I don't know if that's true anymore, but
So,
yeah,
well,
one of the things is it's one of the lots in town. That you can't add the water and the sewer back on.
correct, because it's already a tap that
Yeah.
is
I mean,
pre-existing.
that is a selling point.
Yeah. That all you got, Kyle?
Yes.
We will be. Did you have anything on the ordinance, the rate?
Tilly, no, nothing. I mean, you're ready to go next month.
Okay, yeah. All right. Council, anybody else have anything? Adam, is there anything for utilities that you wanted to, or town that you?
This is introducing.
Oh, thanks, Adam.
Yes, Adam works. Yes, Adam.
We're working on the leaves.
Yeah, working on leaves around the rain this week.
I felt that today. I had mine all rigged out front. I'm on West Lyons for my kid to play in, and I come home and they're gone. I was like, man, I would have moved them to the road for her.
I was all over the place today. I think I got Harold's neighborhood done the best. The whole thing is spotless, I believe.
Good.
Tomorrow's probably not gonna be good because we're supposed to get rain all night and all morning, so I'll probably have to continue the next day.
Yeah, the rain and the leaf vac they do not work together very well. But thanks for all your work with that.
Get enough gasoline, it'll still burn.
Please no. Please no.
All right, got several people out today, so anybody else have anything that you'd like to mention or bring up this evening? We did, just as it's not an official statement necessarily, but we will be next month in our December meeting, we'll be signing the ordinance. We've talked about it for a couple months. This had a public meeting last month about our water rate increase will be effective January 1st. We'll sign that in our December meeting. We will make official the town budget next month. So a few things like that we're planned to do tonight, but we will bump them till next week or next meeting. And I believe that if nobody has any, Kenny or Lynn, did you have anything that you wanted to mention tonight?
No.
Okay. Nobody has anything else. I make a motion that we adjourn at 8:40
I'll say
or
that.
7:40. Excuse me.
That's.
That clock's up.
We need to.
7:38. I have a second.
Yeah.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Well, thank you. Nice to be quick and short. Sorry that you missed some of it.
I had things I had to take care of.
That's okay.
It wasn't too much, right? Good. That's good.